is Daphne. I was blind from my right eye 2 years ago. November 14, I lost my vision from my left eye. And the doctor at the hospital told me that there was no way that I'm gonna get my vision back. So I went home with no vision. In November 15, I got the surgery, went home with no vision.
Daphne Gutierrez is a 30-year-old woman who was diagnosed with a condition called idiopathic intracranial hypertension. And basically, it's a disease where the pressure in the brain is high to the point of affecting the optic nerves. This disease process progressed where she became blind. Many medications were tried and basically failed. She had surgery at one point to help decrease the pressure inside the brain. That didn't work. She was disabled. She wasn't able to take care of herself or her children at that time.
On January 7th, I got approved to go to a nursing home because I couldn't take care of myself. I have 3 kiddos at home. I have an 8-year-old, a 10, and an 11-year-old. My sister-in-law called my husband and told him they have the relics of St. Sharbel. Take her. I went to St. Joseph Maronite Catholic Church to visit the relics of St. Sharbel. We get there for the healing mass. She takes me, to touch the relics, and she tells my daughter, tell Father Wissam to pray over her. And he did. He prayed over me. And she's like, if they have confessions, I'm going to take you. So she did. She took me to confession. They had the healing mass again. And she kept on saying, we're staying, okay? And I'm like, okay. And she's like, you want to go touch the relics again? And I'm like, yeah. But when we got there to the church, it was one of those times where you're just like tired and you say, please, God, help me. I'm tired. I'm tired of going to you and praying and asking for you to help me, to heal me. And it's just like people tell me, pray, he's going to hear you. And you go and pray and you walk out the same. And it's just like, come on, I'm here. I'm going to give in to you. Please hear me out. If you don't want to do it for me, do it for my kids. So that's the way I went in. I went in saying, please do it for my kids. I'm giving in to you, but, do it for my kids.
Daphne heard that the relics of St. Sharbel were going to be at St. Joseph Maronite Catholic Church. Didn't know anything about St. Sharbel. Came 2 nights in a row. That last evening, 4 o'clock in the morning, she developed severe pain in her head.
It was 4 o'clock in the morning till, I felt my eyes burning. And it was really, they were like burning. And I just like moved my husband. I'm like, hey, like get up, my eyes are burning. And he's like, it can't be. You don't have no sensation in your eyes. I'm like, well, they're burning, dude. And I opened my eyes and I'm like, hey, I can see you.
And her eyes were burning. Woke up and was able to see a vision, was able to see a shadow. But her eyesight really wasn't back at that time. Went to her ophthalmologist, and her ophthalmologist did a thorough exam. We have the records here and reviewed all of the records. Interestingly, her vision didn't come back on that first exam. Within 48 hours, when she went to a second ophthalmologist, her exam was completely normal.
And they couldn't believe it. I go in there and they couldn't believe that I was able to see. And they did the test. And yeah, I couldn't see. They did the test and I couldn't see clearly. But after my 4th day, my 48 hour, I had 20/20 vision.
What happened with Daphne make our church like a pilgrimage church now. It's a shrine. People come. Our church, by the way, it's open 7 days a week, 12 hours every day. And we are having people coming every day, visit the Holy Eucharist, visit St. Sharbel, and taking the blessing and really calling me for prayers, to pray for them. Since that happened till now, 90% of my time is at the church. Praying with people, listening to them, that's unbelievable. It changed my life.
I examined her after her sight came back, after her vision came back. Medically speaking, what's interesting, and what really captured my interest in this, was that you don't see resolution of vision within 48 hours, especially from a long-standing optic nerve problem such as what Daphne had. You know, my job as a medical physician is to try to find how this is explained medically. We discussed this case with a neuro-ophthalmologist. An outside consultant reviewed the entire case, and basically there is no explanation to explain that Daphne Gutierrez's vision one day was completely blind, and within 48 hours her vision was restored to normal after visiting the relics of St. Sharbel. And so based on that information, we as a medical committee in reviewing this case cannot explain this medically.
Like the doctors said, there is no explanation. God healed me.